Good evening, everybody. My name is Ed, and tonight I will be reviewing another of my puppets. Who yes, I know he's another wolf, and I've named this fellow Howler, and I think you can see why, can't you? Because if I tilt his head up like this, you can see that he's look like he's howling. And but I know it's rather silent. I know it was rather silent, but right. Without further ado, let's start with the Oi! Don't talk when I'm talking. Let's start with start with you, shall we? Start with. Let's start with the face. I can see that the face is very well proportioned, although many of the features are rather small, especially the eyes and the nose. And unlike the other two puppets I've reviewed, he has no tongue inside his mouth. I mean, I'm not saying that he would. I'm not. I just said I'm not saying he would speak like that. But nevertheless, he's also got the teeth or fangs at the bottom instead of the top like the others. And unlike the others, also he's a full body puppet. Ah, yes. So can you beat that? And so just to continue this review, I can see that no, sorry. Let's move on to the ears. I beg your pardon. The ears. In my opinion, if you fold them into shape like I've just done just now, they are seem to be a little round for wolf ears, don't you think? And nevertheless, I do think. Yes, I do think that the head overall does look quite nice. And as we look, as we concentrate on more of his body, on the rest of his body, I can see that that the chest, right. I assume it would be. I know that he's in a sitting position, so when he's like this, it is obvious that he's got his chest, stuck out. I mean, and so on the whole, he looks like he has this. I'm important. That without further ado, I can see that the legs, although especially the paws, they don't have a great amount of detail on them, but I think they are a good match. And the tail, I can see there's not much stuffing inside it, but and I do think he looks a little bit short, in proportion to the rest of him. And but I still think. Oh, what did I tell you? Don't talk while I'm talking. Got it? There's a good boy. And sorry about that. But without further ado, what else can I say about him? Oh yes. And because he's a full body puppet, all I have to do is just hang on. I just have to slip my hand in there, as you may have seen. And so I could just stick my hand in there and. Instead of sticking it up his backside, of course. And there you have it. And, well, it's a good thing you didn't have to stick your hand up my backside. I would be most offended. Oh, yes. Unless I've already said so, the personality I've given to him is rather pompous. Unlike the fellow who I've done for my fifth review. And so I don't know, can't think of anything else to say really, except that like the other two fellows, the colouring, the way he's coloured, it does represent a real wolf well, but not too well. Bearing in mind that on the whole there isn't a great amount of detail, but I do think he looks good. Marks out of 10? I think I would give him an 8. Basically because he's not perfect, but he does look really good. He does look really good. And so it's good night, and God bless you all. God bless you all.